Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is the progress. And walking together is success. And yes, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Executive Director cum Secretary Dr. Bankim Mahanti, Honorable Trustee, Honorable Principal Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, distinguished guests of this magnificent event, Honorable Director, Statutory Compliance and Communications, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, respected Dean, Training and Placement, Professor Jinashish Mohanty, respected Dean, Academic Affairs, Professor Manoranjan Naik, all the revered faculty, fraternity, academicians, research scholars, distinguished speakers and participants across the country and beyond, media friends, administrative staff, and my dear students. I, on behalf of Sri Panchamukhi Educational and Charitable Trust and Asta School of Management, welcome you all to Asta's International Conference on Fostering Inclusivity for Future Sustainability, Global Perspective and Local Action 2025 in association with Association of Management Development Institution in South Asia and Disha and the premises of Asta School of Management. Hosted by Asta School of Management, it is a vibrant academic initiative aimed at advancing inclusive and sustainable development. This platform reflects Asta's commitment to thought leadership, a global collaboration, and transformative education aligned with real-world impact. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and enthusiasm that I present to you the inspiring journey of Asta School of Management, a name that has over the years come to represent excellence, innovation, and process-driven education in the heart of Eastern India. From the modest inception in 2008, Asta has evolved a nationally recognized B-School by 2025, shaping leaders, igniting minds, and building futures. The genesis of Asta lies with Sri Panchamukhi Educational and Charitable Trust, which founded the institute with the sole aim of transforming Odisha into a hub for professional management education. Affiliated to Vijayanagar Naik University of Technology, Rourkela, and approved by All India Council for Technical Education, Asta was envisioned as a center of excellence where global standards meet local relevance. From the very beginning, Asta's academic ecosystem has been rooted in an outcome-based learning model powered by values, vision, and velocity. We are fortunate to be guided by an experienced leadership team. The institution is chaired by Rotarian Shri Vijay Kumar Patra, the Honorable Chairman, with Executive Director cum Secretary Dr. Bankim Mahanti, a visionary academician and administration. The academic help is led by Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, the principal, under whose stewardship the institution has scaled new heights. The spirit of Asta, which in Sanskrit means faith, is deeply reflected in our academic culture. Our students are mentored not just to become good managers, but responsible human beings with purpose, sensitivity, and courage to lead. As we often say internally, Asta is just not an institute, it's a culture. The story of Asta School of Management from its establishment in 2008 to its impactful presence in 2025 is more than just a timeline of achievements. It is living, evolving narrative of passion, purpose, and progress. It is a story written by our students, lived by our faculties, and celebrated by its stakeholders. As we gather today here to commemorate this incredible journey, let us pledge to uphold Asta's legacy and vision, because where values meets vision, greatness is inevitable. inevitable. Now, may I request each and every one of you to give a standing ovation to the leaders of the TIES and this Premier Institute for their incredible journey. We have our Honorable Executive Director and Secretary, Dr. Icfifs under the academic flagship of Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, and we also have our Honorable Trustee, Shri Krupananda Chaudhary sir. Thank you so much. You may take a seat. Icfifs has led this bold leap forward by hosting its flagship event, the International Conference on Fostering Inclusivity and Future Sustainability, placing it firmly on the map of progressive global academia. The conference has brought together stakeholders across disciplines to discuss inclusive growth, digital innovation, and environmental sustainability, aligning Icfifs with both NEP 2020 reforms and UN Sustainable Development Goals. In the spirit of academic excellence, social relevance, and global dialogue, we have gathered here today to deliver, to discuss, and to dream of a future that is inclusive, sustainable, and resilient. As we commence this transformative journey, it is my proud privilege to welcome dignified personalities whose presence today elevates the structure of this international conference. With immense pleasure, I would like to welcome Shri Vibhu Prashant Mishra, Executive Vice President, Corporate Affairs, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, as our Chief Guest of this inaugural ceremony of this international conference. May I request Professor Icfifs Training and Placement to kindly present the flower bouquet and welcome our Chief Guest of this inaugural ceremony. Requesting Professor Pramit Chandra Rao to put the badge as a Chief Guest. Come on, let's have a huge round of applause for our Chief Guest of our inaugural ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a privilege to welcome a visionary leader whose work truly embodies the spirit of this conference. Shri Pradeep Kumar Ghosal, Head CSR Sustainability and Special Projects, Tata Power, Central Odisha Distribution Limited, as our esteemed guest of honor. Requesting the convener, Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sir of International Conference to present the flower bouquet to our guest of honor. Requesting Professor Pramit Chandra Rao to put the badge. Moving ahead, it is my distinct honor to welcome our distinguished presence among us. Our esteemed guest of eminence, Mr. Masood Alam, Senior Director, Global Program, Alpharetta, Georgia, United States, who is virtually present with us. Let's give him a big round of applause to Mr. Masood Alam, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride to extend a very special welcome to the towering figure in the academic and professional world, Dr. Bankim Mahanti, our Honorable Executive Director cum Secretary, as well as our Chief Patron of this international conference. May I request Professor Icfifs Mahanti, Training and Placement, to present a flower bouquet and welcome our Honorable Chief Patron to this inaugural ceremony. May I request Professor Pramit Chandra Rao to please put the badge. Let's give a huge round of applause for the Chief Patron of this inaugural ceremony of International Conference. It is with great respect and heartfelt warmth that I take this opportunity to welcome the pillar of strength and wisdom in our institution, our Honorable Trustee, Shri Krupananda Chaudhary sir. May I request the convener of the International Conference, Dr. Vishnu Prasad sir, to kindly give a flower bouquet Honorable Trustee, Shri Krupananda Chaudhary sir. I am requesting Professor Kamil Chandra Rao for the badge. Ladies and gentlemen, with great enthusiasm, warmth and reverence, I take this opportunity to inform this intellectual gathering that her tireless dedication and progressive thinking has made this institute consistently set a new benchmark in management education and student development. Welcoming Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, Honorable Principal, as well as the patron of the International Conference. Requesting Dr. to kindly present a flower bouquet and may I request Dr. Das to kindly put the badge. The round of applause should be louder while we are welcoming our honorable patron. He is a seasoned academician and a pillar of institutional integrity. It is my great pleasure to extend a cordial and respectful welcome to Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, the Director of Statutory Compliance and Communication. Requesting Professor Satyaram Mahapatra to please kindly come forward and present a flower bouquet to our Director, Statutory Compliance and Communication, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda. May I request Professor Mahapatra to kindly put the badge. Ladies and gentlemen, how can I forget our very own Dean Training and Placement Professor Icfifs Mohanty sir and our Dean Academic Affairs Professor Manoranjan Nayak sir for their esteemed presence in this inaugural ceremony of the International Conference. Sir, we welcome you. We also have some of the esteemed dignitaries from various corporate industries and academicians. And we are very, very thankful for your presence. Let's give a huge round of applause. I request the forum for a special round of applause and appreciation to the convener, Dr. Vishnu Prashad Kar, and the entire team for the outstanding leadership and tireless effort to making this international conference into life. Before we advance further into the proceedings, it is with both appropriateness and imperative to acknowledge the support of our official media partners in collaboration who's significantly enhancing our international conference. We extend our sincere appreciation to Argus News, our electronic media partner, Business Standard, our knowledge partner, Samvad Digital, our digital media partner. Additionally, we have our international corporate partner, that is GE Aerospace. A round of applause for GE Aerospace, supported by Fordyce Software and Research Private Limited, Foursquare Window, A2R Software Consulting, and Open Distance Learning Krishi University with association to the Cricket Association Odisha. Let's give a huge round of applause to all the support partners. Ladies and gentlemen, to mark the formal commencement of the International Conference, we now proceed to the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, a symbolic tradition simplifying the pursuit of knowledge, clarity and enlightenment. May I now have the privilege to invite the following dignitaries on the dais of the inaugural gesture. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Bibhu Prasad Mishra, Guest of Honor, Shri Pradeep Kumar Bhosal, Chief Patron Dr. Bankim Mahanti, Honorable Trustee Shri Krupananda Chaudhary Sir, Patron Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian Ma'am, and Director Statutory Compliance and Communication Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, the convener of the International Conference Dr. Vishnu Prashad Kar Sir.
नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।
आज हम भुवनेश्वर में आस्था स्कूल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट पर थोड़ी गहराई से बात करेंगे।
Did we start off because of the institutional prayer, the time of last training?
It is with profound privilege and immense admiration that I extend a gracious welcome to a luminary in institutional leadership and strategic foresight. A paragon of transformative leadership, his illustrious journey is ornamented with accolades such as Business Icon Award, Bharat Shiksha Ratna Samman, Odisha Idol Awards, and the Rashtriya Pragati Awards, each reflecting his unwavering pursuit of excellence, innovation, and community-centric governance. As we converge today to celebrate this milestone occasion, it is both appropriate and inspiring to invite the very architect behind the institutional ethos and this landmark event. He is just not a name, but a legacy of excellence, dedication, and transformative leadership. With utter reverence, the heartbeat of the institution, I request our Honorable Chief Patron, Dr. Bankim Mahanti sir, to please grace the dais for the welcome address.
Thank you very much, Professor Ananya, for your ornamental words. Let me first wish each one of you Jai Jagannath and Vande Mataram. I, on behalf of Astha School of Management, promoted by Sri Panchamuti Educational and Charitable Trust, welcome Shriman Vibhu Prasad Mishra, Senior Vice President, Corporate Affairs, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, as the chief guest for the inaugural ceremony of this 2 days national conference titled as Fostering Inclusivity for Future Sustainability, Global Perspective and Local Demand for Local Excellence. As the chief patron of this particular international conference, it's my privilege once again to express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest for this inaugural ceremony. I'm extremely sorry for the technical glitch which has happened with respect to the power failure. I am sure my team will be working on it and probably restoring the power as early as possible. Am I able to connect to the last row? Is my voice audible to all of you? I'll just try to manage in that way because I'm a bit louder in my pronunciation also, and I'm sure once I used to take classes also I make it sure that I am able to reach to the last row or the last guy who is sitting there. So thank you very much. I express a warm welcome to Sri Pradeep Ghosh, Head CSR, Sustainability and Special Project, Tata Power Limited, Bhubaneswar, for accepting the invitation and gracing the occasion as guest of honor. The entire Icfifs School of Management is highly indebted to you, sir, for your other presence in the inaugural ceremony of this 2 days national conference. I am extremely excited because while I am saying so, Professor Ananya has reduced my load in terms of making a welcome. But still then, as per the protocol is concerned, I have to make the welcome address and I will do it. And please bear with me. I am extremely excited to welcome one of the sponsors, the major sponsor I will say, Mr. Masood Alam, the Director Space Program, Global Space Program at Georgia, US, for giving his consent to join us virtually. But as you all might be knowing, we are a bit late by 45 to 1 hour, and right now it is going to be 2:15 a.m. morning there at Georgia. And he requested me, Bhakti, I am extremely sorry, I am feeling sleepy right now. Please allow me, and I will join with you tomorrow. So rather it is his highlight that up to 2 o'clock midnight, he is able to be there with us online. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Masood Alam for his support, patronage and kind inspiration while he has spoke for these 2 days of international conference. I extend a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, the chair, the co-chair for different tracks which are going to happen for the coming 2 days of time, where research scholars, academicians, industry stalwarts will put forth their paper, and these chairs and the keynote speakers will be a witness to it, and I am sure their observational remarks and the inputs will surely help to make India a Viksit Bharat by 2047. I am extremely happy to welcome few names, those who will be joining with us in the coming 2 days of time. Chi Hong Lee from the University of Malaysia. Mr. Manish Mishra, Professor Dr. Manish Mishra from IIM Bhubaneswar. Professor Dr. Devabrata Das, Department of Management Studies, Fakulty University, Balasore. Mr. Sana Renaud from City University, New York. Once I am spelling these names, please, we are making sense in terms of making the international conference a true one. We will have Mr. Professor Dr. Bhagirathi Naik from Sri Sri University. We will have Professor Dr. Sanjay Adalka, senior chartered financial analyst who will be there in the session where the finance track will be going on. Apart from this, we are also looking forward for few of the renowned personalities like Professor Dr. Sachinandan Mahathi from VIT Bangalore. It's an honor and privilege to host you in the premises of Icfifs School of Management. Sincerely, once again, I convey my sincere thanks to all of you for giving your valuable consents and to be a part of this 2 days international conference on the broader theme of sustainability and inclusivity. I also extend a warm welcome to Professor Dr. Sarma Subramanian, Principal, Icfifs School of Management, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, Director, Statutory Compliance and Communication, my Dean Training and Placement, Professor Jinasis Mahanti, Dean Academic Affairs, Professor Manoranjan Naik, all the learned faculty team of Icfifs School of Management, my admin and support staff members who worked day in and out for making this international conference a success, all the revered paper presenters, researchers, scholars, industry scholars, those who will be putting up their papers, ideas in these 2 days of conference, my media friends, those who will be making this journey smoother for us, I will surely mention a special name, Mr. Manoj Bhai from Business Standard, for his patronage support for acting as a print media partner to this particular international conference. And probably he is the man, rather giving us energy, giving us a dimension to think differently. So thank you very much, Manoj Bhai, for being a part of the inaugural ceremony. I should convey my thanks to the Icfifs News team, who is the electronics media partner to us. Similarly, I extend my thanks to Samad Digital for acting as a digital media partner for these 2 days of international conference. I also extend a warm welcome to all the media friends coming from electronics and print media to the inaugural ceremony of these 2 days international conference. It's my privilege once again to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Vishnu Prasad Kaur, the convener of this international conference. So thank you very much, sir, for leading the team from the front. And this Icfifs School of Management, this is an endeavor, this is a journey. We look forward for good to come in the future. I also equally welcome Professor Dr. Tataya Bomali, Professor Satyaram Mahapatra as the co-convener of this international conference. I cannot forget the name of the valued committee members, those who worked day in and out for making this international conference, being led by Dr. Anandita Das, Dr. Sweta Das,
Google में कोड
Dr. Icfifs Mishra,
पूरा लैपटॉप में
Dr. Sunil Kumar Mishra,
सेटा गूगल में
and I am leading that Mr. Professor Ravi Chandra Rao and other faculty, Professor Satyanath Mahapatra and other people, those who have worked in and out for making this international conference. I will not take much of your time, but surely I will try to touch to the broader theme of sustainability and inclusivity. Because while I speak about sustainability, when I speak about inclusivity, I will be doing a wrong thing if I don't share to this other gathering. We truly believe in sustainability. The reason is, in the year of 2025, Icfifs School of Management was being adjudged by Government of Odisha for the Prakruti Mitra Award, and where we have been recognized for our green plantation for conservation of energy by the Government of Odisha, where it's a very small amount of 20,000 rupees and a certificate of appreciation what we received from the Honorable Chief Minister and the Minister of Forest Department for our ongoing journey. And I am pretty sure that these 2 days of deliberation, discussions which will be happening with the broader theme of sustainability and inclusivity will be an effort, will be an endeavor for Viksit Bharat 2047 and Viksit Odisha 2036. This is the philosophy with which we as a team at AFTA is working hard to make the reality, make the dream come true. From the entire fraternity of AFTA School of Management, last but not the least, I extend a sincere welcome to our Honorable Trustee, Mr. K. Chaudhary, whose august presence in the inaugural ceremony and probably in the last 2 days of time, the quantum of involvement and the trust what he has imposed on the institution, we are indebted to you, sir, for your august and benign presence here. These 2 days of deliberation and discussions which will happen here, it will surely come up with positive notes. The topic fostering inclusivity for future sustainability, global perspective and local action is truly making sense, or it is not a buzzword right now. Rather it will make sense, it will make a transformative differences in the coming days to come. Before I conclude, I would love to take another 2 minutes of time where I will try to show a small video, because when we speak about, I have spoken about sustainability, but when we speak about inclusivity, there is a recent movie, all of you can connect. May I request the technical team to play that video, please? It is from which movie here? Very good. Sitare Zameen Par. It makes a sense of inclusive society. And I am really touched the manner in which this particular picture has been articulated and picturized. That makes sense what message we are going to give to the society. So thank you very much everybody for listening to me passively. And I hope I have done justice to my welcome note. With this note I conclude, and I wish all the best to these 2 days of international conference in the premises of AFTA School of Management with a lot of rigor, lot of hope, lot of appreciation to each one of you. I sign out. Thank you very much. Vande Mataram. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chief Patron, for such a great welcome address. She is the catalyst for progressive transformation at ASTA. From pioneering inclusive learning practices to spearheading innovative pedagogies, she has been instrumental in shaping ASTA's identity, not just as an institution of learning, but as a movement of purpose, passion, and progress. Your presence today radiates confidence, your leadership ignites transformation, and your vision continues to uplift all of us. The torchbearer of ASTA's academic leadership, Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, Honorable Patron, to kindly welcome the guests as our team address.
How do I start? Namaste, Vanakkam, Namaskar, Khushanti, Adab, Hola, Swaga. How do I start? Language for communication, connectivity, or language as a barrier. Humans were born with higher intellect. Humans were born with emotions. Humans were born with a superior conscience. But look what we have done to this planet, what we have done to the society, and what we have done to ourselves. And perhaps that's the reason today we have to organize an international conference on inclusivity for sustainability. And especially we are looking at future sustainability. And we not just look for local action, we are also looking at global perspectives. So there is a question here which all of us have to answer. Are humans really worth being called humans? Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Speaker, Keynote Speaker, come Guest of Honor, Honorable Executive Director, come Secretary, respected Director, Statutory Compliance and Communication, our very respected Bhagirathi Sir and Satyanandan Sir, faculty members, our guest, Manoj Sir, Rajesh Sir, our guest from Icfifs, faculty colleagues who have come for paper presentation, students who have come for poster presentation, students of Asta School of Management, media people, staff members, and ladies and gentlemen. My namaskar, vanakkam to all of you. However, I think I started with this solid note just because the theme of this international conference is all about inclusivity. That means we are not including something. It means that we need to think about including something, which we have been missing out for years together. And since I have the duty to talk about the theme of this conference, I'll look at this particular conference with two dimensions. The first one is people inclusiveness, and the second one would be sustainability of the planet itself. And for inclusivity of people, I think Honorable EDCOM Secretary Sir showed a beautiful clip that talks about why our society is still not inclusive. I'll share just a small experience with all of you. A couple of weeks back, I was attending a conference which was on Indian Sign Language. And there, when people were asked to clap, I found everyone was clapping like this. And interestingly, the chief guest of that particular event was a gentleman. In fact, he was an OAS officer who is visually challenged. So when the audience clapped, he said, I cannot hear your clap. So please clap louder so that I can hear you. So the interpreter was absolutely flabbergasted. The interpreter could not express to the team which was sitting there, which was hearing impaired or which was challenged. How do he communicate to them that they are supposed to clap like this? Now, doesn't it give us a food for thought? If we are talking about inclusiveness, if we are talking about inclusivity, what kind of society we are actually envisaging? What kind of future are we looking at? Are we not committed to bring everyone into forefront? The claps of this sign and the claps of this sign. And perhaps that would justify what inclusivity is all about. The second part is all about sustainability. I think we need not speak about how we have created a planet which is absolutely debarred from pure water, pure air, and pure food. Where we are breathing in air which is toxic. We are drinking water that is contaminated. And of course, we are also eating food which is toxic. And therefore, it calls for a major change that has to happen. And of course, the paper presenters here, the poster presenters here are here to tell us what kind of change we are going to bring about. Through their research, through their innovation, through their ideas, they're going to tell us what the future of this world has to be. In fact, I would conclude with something which perhaps comes from our mythology. I'll pick up this story from the Dashavatara. In fact, it's not a story, it's an anecdote. All of us have heard of Dashavatara, not the Kamala Hassan's movie. Perhaps I'm talking about the mythology itself. Right? And this talks about inclusivity and sustainability. How? Let's start with Matsya Avtar. We say Vishnu is in Matsya. If Vishnu is in Matsya, that means protect. Protect the water animals. Protect the water ecosystem. Second, Vishnu is in Kurma. Right? That means amphibian. Vishnu is in Varaha. Animals like boars that dig inside and live inside the earth. Vishnu is in that. Vishnu is in Narsimha. It means that Vishnu is in tiger, lion, protect them. Vishnu is in Vamana. Vamana is a dwarf representing the community which is disabled, which we call as specially abled. So protect them, include them, because Vishnu is in Vamana. Vishnu is in Parshurama, someone who has high intellect but perhaps has got the tendency to become aggressive. So be emotionally intelligent with them, include them, be with them. Vishnu is in Rama, Vishnu is in Krishna, and Vishnu is in Buddha. The ideal human, the strategist, and of course the enlightened one. I would not talk about Kalki because we are still living in this era and we are still to find the Kalki. Perhaps this international conference will help us find that Kalki. With that note, let me wish each one of you all the best for your paper presentation, poster presentation, and also to the audience to become more learned and wiser. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a great theme address. Shri Pradeep Kumar Ghosa is a seasoned CSR and sustainability leader with over 29 years of impactful experience across corporate social responsibility, ESG and SDG frameworks, environmental governance and rural transformation. Currently serving as Head CSR Sustainability and Special Projects at Tata Power Central Odisha Distribution Limited, he has previously held key roles at Coastal Gujarat Power Limited, ACC Cement, and the Government of Bihar. He has also collaborated with global institutions like Icfifs and ABD to uphold international standards. A GRI certified sustainability practitioner and a CII certified assessor, Mr. Ghoshal is actively engaged with platforms such as CII's CSR Committee, FOKIA, Youth for Water. His exemplary work has earned him including the Golden Peacock Award, FICCI Water Award, and the recognition as one of the most impactful 50 CSR leaders globally. May I now request the guest of honor, Shri Pradeep Kumar Ghoshal, to please kindly grace the dais for the addressing the audience. A big round of applause for Mr. Pradeep Kumar Ghoshal.
Very warm welcome to all of you. And I am very, very thankful to Madam and everybody sitting in front of me. And you know that I was feeling sleepy, sir. Past 2 days I was seeing the inclusivity very nearby. I was seeing the inclusivity and the faith of sustainability and sustainability of faith. As because I was there in the Puri Ratha Yatra. And I have seen that particular thing very much, very nearer, and many of the examples what you have shown, sir. Madam also said, during my key address, I am going to give you the briefing of all the examples pertaining to inclusivity, which is leading straight to the sustainability. But before that one, I shall give some sort of example before you again. You know that whenever suppose you are going to say something on the sustainability part, I used to hear when I was there in the government, and in the lighter note I am giving one incident before all of you. It was in 99 or 2000, that time it was mandated by government and many of the stakeholders all across that you need to give focus on the gender mainstreaming. You might be knowing on. And again, I was a part of that core committee, and that particular core committee, like Madam has said, Sir has mentioned the role of the entire core committee. I was also the part of the core committee. And you know, when you are going to do any sort of this type of international conference, then you have to make the do's and don'ts, you have to make the checklist and everything, and you need to see that everything is going in a very time flawless manner. So there was a big conference hall. In that particular conference hall, when I entered with along my principal secretary, that the panel wala came rushing straight down to my principal secretary. The panel wala. The panel wala said, "Ki boss, what you all are doing? From your office I got one word, and you have given me that particular sample to write in the banner, and that was totally galat." We said, why it is so? Then he bring all the things before us, and he said, "Sir, you have written gender." So I corrected it. It shall not be gender, it is tender sensitization. Means that particular word of gender was very much new to them, everybody, and he was very much attached to the tender part. So instead of saying gender, he was focusing more on the tender. So right now for past 10 years or more, or 15 years, I am seeing in many of the platforms all across, we have some sort of other definition of sustainability, again inclusivity. So while we are going to brief all to all of you regarding some of the examples, then you came to know, you will know what are the basic ingredients are there in regard to inclusivity and sustainability altogether. But before that, I shall also give some one example to all of you. You know that many years ago, I think 20 years back, one company was there. That company was very much involved in production of washing powder. And that particular company was very much involved. Their promotional material was very good, and even the child was singing their own that particular USP, which was shown in the TV that time. And all of a sudden, that particular company thought, why not to shift that particular product, what they are doing with a new product, and they started making toothpaste. And you know, you can't believe it, that particular company was known for only the washing powder, and when they started producing the toothpaste, it was not market mein chalayi. And the reason was very clear, as because the perception of the community and the client was totally different. So the sustainability shall be very, very clear. The mandate is very clear. Until unless that particular thing is not known to the community, you are not taking everybody in the same platform, the single platform. Your thought for sustainability or the inclusivity will not be seen in any of the actions altogether that we are doing. So while I am going to present, and I will say that what inclusivity means. Apart from that one, again I am going to say about the sustainability part, and again I will give you some sort of connectivity node, what is inclusivity is going to touch with the sustainability part. And when we are, Madam has said also, when we are living in the rapid transformation is going on all together. Well, the climate change is also one of the big aspects, along with the social inequality, economic shift, and along with the technological revolution. So you are seeing many of the examples. Some are saying that development is not bringing the inclusivity. Somebody is saying the development is not bringing that type of sustainability. Many things are coming out. But again, I will say during my keynote with my example, so that you can understand the inclusivity very well with some sort of connectivity and the matching with the sustainability. Before jumping straight down to my keynote, and before that, I will also give you some certain thoughts regarding it. Way back, again 20 years back, when you will see about the international thought on the inclusivity and the sustainability, you will see that many of the international funding agencies like ASEAN Development Bank or International Finance Corporation or BNP or Paribas or Korean Exim Bank, many of the banks are there. They used to say about the performance standards. And that particular performance standard, suppose that anybody is going to follow, the inclusivity part was also there, the sustainability part was also there. Later on, we all are discussing about the SDGs. So you need to see where SDGs are also promoting inclusivity. So it is a very right time so that we can straight go for the actions, not thinking many things on what need to plan. As because suppose that particular planning part, you are always doing that particular planning, I think the desired result for inclusivity and sustainability will be very, very difficult. So from this particular platform, I will congratulate ASTA Management Institution for organizing this international conference and also the young climate change leader for the sustainability that I am seeing in front of you. Everybody shall think on the inclusivity part, on the sustainability part. I think the future is also lying to what sort of actions that we are going to take in future. Some of the again thing that is very much pertinent in our state of Odisha, and again when I was traveling to the community in the rural sector, I was asking one rural person in the community, while I was doing the entire project conceptualization on the forest with the forest department, with having one big project that we are doing in Odisha, that is the elephant conservation project, and how to minimize the human and elephant conflict. One thing he has said very clearly, and you know that when we are going to do any sort of project or conceptualizing any of the project, they used to take many of the big swords and we think that they are the real person, and that person's input will help us to make our entire planning. That one example what he has given to me, he asked me, Pradeep ji, ever you heard that any of the elephant has died due to lightning? You will not find any of the example all across that any sort of incident happened कि जहाँ पर ऐसा हो कि lightning के जरिए elephant की death हुई है. Nowhere. And he was giving one good example on that particular thing, on that particular aspect, ki how the elephants are protecting themselves from lightning. And that was a good input for all of us. As because when you are making the entire plan for anything, until unless you are taking the feedback of that particular committee who was a part and integral of your entire planning process, I think the inclusivity and sustainability will not be attained. That is also very, very important. So from this podium, I will also congratulate to all of you, all the presenters of the research paper who is going to present for coming 2 days, that how we are going to integrate the inclusivity with the sustainability part. And again, during my keynote address, I am going to bring some of the good examples so that you can align what is the core concept of inclusivity is there with the sustainability aspect. So I am putting my words over here with all the best to all of you. And again, I congratulate entire ASTA fraternity to have a good outcome from this particular workshop for 2 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, moving forward, with an illustrious career spanning across the core sectors of energy, infrastructure and industrial governance, Shri Vibhu Prasad Mishra has established himself as a stalwart in the field of corporate affairs and stakeholders management. His exceptional leadership has been instrumental in shaping sustainable business practices driving policy advocacy and forging meaningful public-private partnership across India and beyond. As we embark on the two-day journey of thought leadership, academic dialogue, and transformative ideas about fostering inclusivity for future sustainability, sir, your presence here not only elevates this occasion but also reinforces our collective pursuit of sustainable progress. It is indeed our pleasure to have you among all of us today in this inaugural ceremony. With great admiration and gratitude, we extend a warm and respectful welcome to our chief guest, Shri Vibhu Prashant Mishra, Executive Vice President Corporate Affairs, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, to kindly grace the dais and address the forum. Sir.
Thank you. Mr. Pradeep Gulshanji, Mr. Vikram Mandiji, my friend Krupaji, all dignitaries in the audience, professors, Madam Principal, faculty members of Asta School of Management, students, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm good morning to you. I would like to congratulate the entire community of Asta School of Management, the organizers, for organizing this international seminar on fostering inclusivity for future sustainability. I am thankful, privileged, and at the same time humbled to be standing before you to share my perspective and the theme. I am not as poetic as Madam Principal, or I am not a domain expert. I can only share my perspective over the years of experience in the industry. Sustainability is not a buzzword today. Neither it's a thing of future. As I see sustainability, it is something which has to start today. And that too in each and every practice. In each business practice, each practice, in everybody's daily life, it has to start today to have something for the future, with a look at the future. We can't look for sustainability in the future. And you can't have sustainability without inclusivity. Inclusivity is one of the most critical aspects of sustainability. In every aspect of sustainability, there is inclusivity. Be it social justice, social equity, be it environmental sustainability. Everywhere inclusivity has to be there. They go hand in hand. If you talk about sustainability, what is sustainability? sustainability is something, is more of a responsibility, is more of a practice, a more of a somebody's commitment to the future generations. See, development is a must. And when a nation, a state, or a community progresses, a lot of things are overlooked. And sustainability has been overlooked over the past, and you can't really blame people for that. We have the liberty of talking of sustainability because we are on our path of development. We have progressed enough. As a nation, as a state, or as a universe, or the world, whatever. So progress today's date, progress has to come with sustainability, because as I can see, or as I can feel, without sustainability, without inclusivity in your business operations, as a community, as a corporate, as a state, or as a nation, you become stagnant. You have the risk of being stagnant, of becoming, achieving zero growth. When you talk about inclusivity, I'll share what has been my experiences. I won't say present, I would say my past experiences. When you start a manufacturing industry, when the greenfield project comes up, first thing you do is acquire land. You acquire land from the people who have been living of the land, of that particular land. You need water to run your industry, which has to come from the local sources, which the same people use for drinking purpose, for irrigation purpose. And a lot of other things. You encroach under grazing land, a lot of things are there, a lot of other things are there. So do you think industry should not come? Industry has to come. And industry provides economic progress. But then why inclusivity is being discussed? Because I feel, though industry has been a major source of economic development, the local economic development, by providing direct, indirect employment, livelihood options. But it was leaving out, it used to leave out, and today also, a section of the society, a marginalized society, as we call them, who were being deprived of basic necessities, and they always felt left out. We have to include. We have to include them in terms of their expertise, whether it's the local knowledge as shared by Mr. Gosal and the flora, fauna of that area, or we might impact necessary training to them by skill upgradation, or giving them some alternate livelihood benefits, entrepreneurship development, circular economy, bringing in technology to help them. We have a lot of things which can do to include them. And one more thing is, you can include them by just being empathetic towards their cause. When we talk about sustainability or inclusivity as an industry, like I come from the steel making industry, one of the most polluted industries. The process is polluting process. Though a lot of advancements have come in the process, a lot of technologies are coming to make it more environment friendly. But still, steel making is basically a polluting process, manufacturing process. But yes, but as a corporate, what I do? As an industry, what I do? Do I have a responsibility? I can always say, I am meeting my mandate as far as my pollution control norms are concerned, my EC is concerned, environment conditions are concerned. So I can say that, or I go a step forward and do something. That is where inclusivity comes in. I include the local people, being empathetic about their surrounding area, the air they breathe, the employees, air the employees breathe, and all my stakeholders do. Okay, we have been doing a lot of things. I won't go into all that, but yes, you can get into sustainable manufacturing practices. You should get into, and it has to start today. Being a mineral industry, we are the culprit because our raw materials have to be transported for a very long distance. And mineral transportation, whether it's done through road, rail, pollutes a lot. It doesn't pollute only the local environment. It pollutes a lot more communities than your local environment. Because for us, iron ore has to come from Budwell Bay. And our plant is at Arnor. So, we have a responsibility, and all industries, we are doing it, and all industries should start doing it from the word go. The problem, the biggest problem the industry faces today is there is a huge trust deficit with the local community. And it has come basically because they feel left out. Because of that feeling of exclusivity which has come in. And it's high time we feel them, but we have to make them feel inclusive. We have to make them feel important. We have to allow them to collaborate. We have to allow them to participate in day-to-day decision making, in day-to-day management, in whatever way they can. At least we can take their views That only helps, like somebody has said, diversity brings in innovation. You can't have innovation with a group of people. As rightly said, I think by Mr. Gosal, unless you involve a lot of people, unless you involve everybody, bringing in innovation is very, very difficult. You don't get Einsteins everywhere, no? So there has to be lot many ideas so that it can be deliberated, it can be, and you can arrive at some best practices. Even very small thing, inclusivity in workplaces. That's so important. You talk to an employee, he feels he is nobody in the company, nobody listens to him. He feels he has given a lot of complaints about the food he eats, the way he is being treated at his workplace. Nobody listens to him. So it's the responsibility of the team to bring in sustainable HR practices, to have systems where each and every employee can suggest, can give his ideas, can participate in day-to-day and other decision-making processes. That only helps the company. That only helps the organization, the institution. The person feels important, he feels included, and he has a greater ownership of his responsibilities. So that is also very, very important. I have already talked about financial inclusivity. Like as we grow, we have to see the community around us also has to grow. You cannot grow in isolation. It can never happen. So if an industry grows, if an institution grows, the people around them, the communities around them have to grow. And that is the responsibility of that institution, of that corporate, of that industry. When an industry utilizes resources, like we utilize a lot of mineral, we utilize a lot of water for the manufacturing process, and then it's assessed by a particular agency how much water we need. And there are thumb rules how much mineral we will need for a particular. Stop there. Does it stop with the conditions of your water allocation later? Or does it stop with your consultant's recommendation of specific consumption? I feel, or as an industry, representing an industry, it's not individual. We need to do a lot more. We have to, when you consume any resources, you have to be a very responsible consumer. You have to see how much you can give back, how much you can conserve. It is possible in each and every consumption. Like in water, you can have watershed management, you can have infrastructure things where you conserve rainwater harvesting. A lot of things can be done. Mineral, you can bring in a lot of technologies where your specific consumption goes down. A lot of things can be done. So you have to be a responsible consumer. And it goes to each and every citizen, the people. Because when you are having your food, you have to be a responsible consumer also. Before throwing up, before leaving food on the tray, you have to think of those marginalized society who don't get food every day. It is needless to say that inclusivity helps make very resilient communities. Who are shock-proof, who can really deliver your legacy to your future generation. Because you are sharing your prosperity, you are sharing your growth with all those communities, helping them grow, making them more resilient. When you talk of sustainable approaches, or sustainable initiatives, or sustainable practices, it has to be in long term. I can't say today I'm not feeling well, so I won't eat. I'm conserving food, so I am a sustainable consumer. It has to be in your everyday approach, in a long-term basis. So, there is no sustainability in future unless we have sustainability today. We don't start sustainable practices today itself. And sustainability doesn't come without inclusivity. So, we have to take an oath, each of you, each one of us, we have to take an oath today that we will be thinking sustainability, practicing sustainability in our each and every daily practices, in everything we do. it has to start from today. Otherwise, there is no future. Without inclusivity, without sustainability, you only pass on a legacy of failure to your future generations. Nothing would be left. No resources will be left for the future generations. So you have to conserve them, and you have to conserve them today. The very survival of the communities, our community, our nation, our universe is at stake, and we all have a responsibility to protect it. I won't say much. Over the next 2 days, there will be a lot of bright ideas, innovative ideas that would be shared by the presenters, by the speakers. And all of you would learn a lot. My best wishes to everybody to this seminar, and wish it all success. Thanking all of you. Good day. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an amazing address to the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at one of the most intellectually significant moments of this inaugural session, that is unveiling the Book of Abstracts. To formally unveil the Book of Abstracts, now may I take this forum to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Vibhu Prasad Mishra Sir, Guest of Honor, Shri Pradeep Kumar Ghoshal Sir, Chief Patron, Dr. Pankit Mahanti, Patron, Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, Director, Statutory Compliance and Communication, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, and the convener of this international conference, Dr. Vishnu Prashad Kar Sir. May I request the team to kindly get the books, and I request celebrity and special programs TPCOD and Women is done by Honorable Trustee Shri Gurupalana Chaudhary Sir, our Director of Statutory Compliance and Communication, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda Sir. I could hear the backstage the appreciation of this felicitation is kindly raised by our guest of honor as well as our chief guest of this inaugural ceremony. After this, I need it louder. Thank you so much all of you please. I will request you to please kindly take your seats. All great journeys must find their pause, if not only to reflect, to appreciate and to prepare for the next. As we conclude the inaugural ceremony of this enriching international conference, I stand before you with immense gratitude to offer the vote of thanks. At the outset, we express our deepest appreciation our chief guest, whose insightful address not only enriched this forum intellectually, but also aligned powerfully with the ethos and aspirations of this global academic conference. We are equally grateful to our guest of honor for the thought-provoking perspective and generous presence which have elevated the academic discourse of president. Our profound acknowledgement is due to our chief patron, Dr. Bhakti Mahanti, for his strategic foresight, institutional mentorship, and continuous stewardship, which have significantly shaped the contours of this initiative. A big round of applause for our chief patron. Come on, Askians. At this juncture, we would like to express our deepest, sincere gratitude to the trustee in the shape of Shri Kripananda Chaudhary sir for his unwavering support, strategic vision and enduring commitment to this institutional growth and excellence. Sir, we place on record our sincere gratitude to our patron, Professor Dr. Sharmila Subramanian, whose visionary leadership, academic approval and unwavering commitment to institutional excellence have been driving force behind this conference successful orchestration. To Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Pandya, Director of Statutory Compliance and Communication, we extend our thanks for his meticulous oversight and governance. We also take this moment to express our heartfelt appreciations to our participants, academicians, research scholars, poster presenters, industry experts, and students who have joined us both in person and virtually from diverse geographies. Let's give a huge round of applause for their presence. We acknowledge with gratitude the contribution of our Dean Training and Placement and our Dean Academic Affairs, Professor Jirashish Mahanti sir, and Professor Manoranjan Naik sir, whose collaborative spirit and scholarly engagement have imbued this event with intellectual richness. Well, a very special commendation goes to the convener, Dr. Vishnu Prasad sir, for his exceptional leadership, operational dexterity, and tireless effort in curating a program that reflects both academic rigor and practical relevance. We also thank our co-conveners, Professor Dr. Tatya Bhopali sir and Professor Satyanarayana sir, for their instrumental role in planning, coordinating, and executing. The contribution of the organizing committee pronouncing the names such as Dr. Arindita Das, Dr. Prafulla Padi, Dr. Shatapadma Das, Professor Sunil Mishra, Professor Kalpeshab Sarpati, Professor Pramit Chandra Rao, and Mr. Okasha Naslai, whose behind-the-scenes efforts, logistical excellence, and unplanned commitment deserve our heartfelt appreciation. We also acknowledge the contribution of our administrative staff and our support staff, whose quiet competence and operational efficiency have ensured every detail that seriously attended to. Our gratitude extends to the media fraternity, whose support in amplifying the reach and impact of this conference ensures our academic dialogue resonates behind this world. At last, but not the least, a standing ovation should go to our student volunteers, the operational backbone of this event, whose energy, professionalism, and institutional agility have been truly commendable. With this note, I, Professor Ananya Swai, officially signing off from this inaugural ceremony. I request each and every one of you to please stand for the national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्तर बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए कब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
এটাই বন্ধ করে ছাড়বে ସଜାଡ଼ିବୁ କ'ଣ ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ସଜାଡ଼ି ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ନା ଆପଣ କ'ଣ ଟିଭିରେ ବଙ୍କା ହେଉଛି ଟିଭିରେ ବଙ୍କା ହେଉଛି ଟିଭିରେ ବଙ୍କା ହେଉଛି କାଟିଦେଇ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଲିଙ୍କ୍ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି